All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're talking about the S21 Ultra, and this has been my daily driver for about 3 weeks now. I bought this phone months ago, so I think I bought this phone maybe 5 months ago. I haven't touched it until 3 weeks ago. I've been meaning to use it. I've been going back and forth between the S24 Ultra and the OnePlus 12 and the new iPhones. Finally have time now. This has been my daily driver now for 3 weeks, and whew, let me tell you, it's gonna be tough to give it up. The first week, because I figured I would just use it for videos and to just kind of relive the S21 Ultra experience. I didn't even buy a case. I didn't have a case. Wasn't gonna get a case. And then I fell in love with the device and I bought a case. So if I have an aramid fiber case for the S21 Ultra, I'm gonna be using this phone for the foreseeable future, and it's not skipping a beat. I am not missing anything. I'm not an S Pen user on the S24 Ultra. This thing is not missing a beat at all. We're gonna talk about that in a minute, but if you're new to the channel, guys, hit that like, drop a sub. But let's talk the S21 Ultra. And I wanted to make this video because I always think to myself, should I buy, when it's time to buy a new phone, should I buy an old flagship, or should I buy, a mid-range phone, or a phone that's, $200, kind of the lower end, like $200-$300 phone? Because I picked this phone up on eBay for 250 bucks. I think it was 250, right around 250, whatever it was right around 250 bucks. You can find them on Amazon, you can find them on eBay, and it's in good shape. The display is absolutely perfect. There is some, a lot of scratching and stuff around the frame, around the edges of the phone, but that's literally it. The back looks very clean and it's just about perfect. You just have some, you can see up top how chipped up it is, but it's still kind of smooth. It's like the paint's coming off. That's what it looks like. But the display, which is important to me, is, in great condition, as you can see here. So 250 bucks for a phone that looks like this, with the power that this thing still does have, no mid-range phone and no phone at $200-$300 bucks is really going to compare to what we're getting here. And I'm going to show you why, and then we're going to compare it to the S24 Ultra, because this was my phone, and I don't know if I'm going back to it. I might be selling this and putting this up on Twitter. So if you're interested in buying the S24 Ultra, follow me on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. So when I'm buying a phone, right, what am I looking for? Basically 3 main things. I want it to be powerful. I want it to be able to do whatever I want to do, right? And I don't want to think about it. If you're not thinking about your phone, it's working correctly, right? The minute you have to start messing with it, then you start getting annoyed. It's a problem. I don't want to think about it. I just want it to work. The S24 Ultra does that. The S23 Ultra did it, 22, and the S21 Ultra still does it. It's been doing that for many years. These phones are very powerful at this point. The S21 Ultra is still a beast, and I'm going to show you opening apps, things like that. But first, let's go in and close everything so we are even. Both of these devices are on my Wi-Fi right now. We're going to go into social media, and we're just going to open up some apps and see the difference, right? Every now and then, especially when you're first switching, you might notice a little difference between opening apps. But after a day or two, it goes away. You don't notice it because it's so fast that it's kind of irrelevant. But I'm going to show you. So we're going to open up Twitter or X, whatever you want, a little bit faster here on the S24 Ultra. And that's, it's expected, right? That's what you would think would happen. But as we get into it further, we open up Facebook. Very close. Might have been even a little faster on the S21 Ultra. And again, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, Snapdragon 888 in the S21 Ultra. We'll go back and we'll do Instagram now. A little bit faster here. What up, Adam? So a little bit faster here on this device. We'll go to YouTube. And you can see a little bit faster again on the S24 Ultra, but it's so close. That's what I'm saying. This phone is still a beast. And this came out in January 2021. It's about to be January 2025 in a couple weeks. So we're going on 4 years. So you're still going to get security updates. You're still going to get software updates on this device. And again, like I said, it's not skipping a beat. So the only thing I don't use is an S Pen on here, and I don't need it. But one other thing, this phone is more comfortable than the S24 Ultra. The bezels, you can see a little bit of a bigger forehead and a bigger chin, but the side bezels are very similar. 120 hertz AMOLED display, beautiful display, great speakers on this device, very comparable to what we are listening to and what we are getting today. Just still a beast. And the design, much more comfortable to hold in the hand because we have the curved glass. I do prefer, you guys know, I prefer flat looking glass when I'm using a phone or a display. But we can't argue that these are more comfortable. They just are. The curved edges on here, I would love to see this device reimagined, right? Give me a special edition S21 Ultra that looks like this with updated internals. That thing would be a monster. I would buy that phone day one. So some of the boxes that we've checked so far. For me, the first one is preference, right? The look, the design, you either like it or you don't. I love this, one of my favorite looking phones of all time. So looks wise and aesthetically, I still love it. That matte black finish, the integration here with the cover for the cameras, I think it's absolutely stunning. I think this is the best looking phone that Samsung has ever made. The front display on here, again, this thing doesn't miss a beat. We have the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor that just works every single time. There's great haptics on here, great speakers when watching content. It does not skip a beat. On top of that, what else do we look for when we are going for a phone? We want good cameras, right? You want to pull out your phone and you want to take a good picture. Now, one downside with this device and older Samsung phones was that shutter lag. That shutter lag is still present. We'll see if we can catch it real quick on here, but that shutter lag is still present. Right? We're looking up. We're looking at the ceiling. We're taking pictures of the ceiling. So you can see it. A little bit of shutter lag still. It's gotten better, right? It has gotten better. Shutter lag aside, this phone with these cameras on the back takes fantastic photos, as you can see here. It also shoots 8K video up to 24 frames per second on a phone that's about to be 4 years old, which, you know, it's going to downsize it, but 4K 60 all day long on this device. And even the front-facing camera, the selfie camera, is a 40 megapixel camera. So you're getting great photos, you're getting great video. All right, guys, the S21 Ultra, we are shooting in 4K right now. Look, this phone right now, it's 2024, about to be 2025. It's December, about 2 weeks away from Christmas. This phone is still a monster. I've been using this device as my daily driver for about 3 weeks right now, and I'm in love with this phone. I might not go back to another phone unless it's an older phone, because I want to do a lot more videos on older phones, but I might keep this phone around for long-term use because it's still a beast. I am not missing literally anything except an S Pen from my S24 Ultra. But let me know what you think of the video quality, the audio quality on the S21 Ultra, December, about to be 2025. So we have design. We have the powerful chip that we want. We want it to be able to do whatever we want. We want good cameras, right? We want a good battery life as well. So what am I at? 48, 47% battery life. Last night, I charged it up when I went to bed, woke up 100%. Now I don't know what time it is, maybe 6:30 at night. I unplugged this phone at about, I get up for work around 6. I probably unplugged the phone around 6:15 before I left at 6:30. So it was, even if I said 7 o'clock, right? So from 7 o'clock to almost 7 o'clock at night, it's gone down maybe 52%. So 5,000 milliamp battery, you're still getting all day battery life on this phone. That is 4 years old. It's crazy. 25-watt charging if it's plugged in. So it's not as fast as today's phones, and that's to be expected. And I think wireless charging, I think is 15 watts maybe. This does have S Pen support also. So if you want an S Pen, you can use an S Pen, IP68 rated on here. So this thing just checks all the boxes. And at this price, this is an easy recommendation. Overall, a beautiful looking device, great cameras. I love the build quality on here. All day battery life still, even 4 years later. And it's still powerful. It's Snapdragon Gen 888. It's still a very good chip. It's not as efficient as the ones we are getting, especially the new one that's about to drop. It's not as efficient as the 8 Gen 3, but it's going to get the job done. And at this price, at a price of $250, it's probably going to cost you about $300 if you want it in like excellent, perfect condition. Man, it's really hard to not recommend this over. I would recommend this device right now over a ton of phones, over a ton of new phones. This phone, I have fallen in love with. I think I told you, I bought a case for it. I literally used this phone for a week, was just going to make a video or two with it and then sell it or whatever. Just kind of relive the experience on the S21 Ultra. I bought a case for it. I don't plan on giving this phone up at all. It's super comfortable. You know, I got to rock my aramid fiber case, an Amazon case. I'll drop the link for these cases below if you have this device. This was like a $20 case. But overall, it's a great phone. It hasn't skipped a beat. So the S21 Ultra, let me know what you guys think. Would you go the old flagship route, which I think over the years I've shown that I like to do that. You know, I usually wait a year before I buy the newest flagship. Sometimes I have to buy this one like 2 or 3 times because I'm an idiot. But I genuinely believe older flagships are better than buying a mid-range phone that just came out a month ago. I still believe we're getting a better value from older flagships. You know, the one thing you got to watch out for is battery, right? But all right, take it to a place, change the battery or do it yourself, change the battery, and you're back to 100% and you're rolling for a very good and affordable price. But that's it, guys. If you're new to the channel, hit that like. Let me know what you think of the S21 Ultra. Let me know what you think of the S21 Ultra compared to some of today's flagships, not only looks-wise, but how it performs. Of course, these are going to have better cameras. We already know that, but still really good cameras on this one specifically. Really good video. And if you like that oversaturated color look from Samsung, this will give you that. The one downside that I mentioned in the video, a little bit of shutter lag. Just, pause a second while you take a video and you'll get a good shot. As I guys, hit that like, drop a sub. I'll be back soon. Peace.